this guy. You know, you don't want to fight. He's got a big fight coming with Mike Tyson.
Donald Trump recently leaked a shocking message about Mike Tyson that sent ripples through the media. When a former US president warns Jake Paul that he stands no chance against Tyson, it grabs everyone's attention. Jake Paul, the internet's favorite provocateur, assumed he could easily leverage Tyson's name for fame, underestimating the boxing legend due to his age. Trump, however, had a stark warning, emphasizing how gravely mistaken Paul was. In true Trump fashion, he couldn't resist stirring the pot as the Tyson-Paul fight drew near. He suggested, half-jokingly, that he'd love to see Mike Tyson square off against Vice President Kamala Harris in a boxing match.
Tyson, a great guy. He's a good man. Hey, Mike's been through a lot, but he could fight. Let me tell you, that guy could fight. But can you imagine Mike? Oh, he says.
This bizarre comment landed with a thud, proving once again that Trump knows how to make headlines, even if they leave people scratching their heads. The anticipation surrounding the Tyson-Paul bout only heightened with Trump's dramatic interjection, making it clear that underestimating Tyson, wrinkles and all, is a grave mistake.
You know, you don't want to fight. He's got a big fight coming with Mike Tyson, but he's glad he didn't fight Mike when Mike was 19. He told me that today. But he's a fantastic guy,
Donald Trump has surprisingly backed Jake Paul, suggesting that Mike Tyson's age might finally lead to his defeat. This isn't just a casual endorsement. Trump's betting on Paul's youthful energy eclipsing Tyson's legendary punches. The comments put Tyson in an awkward spot, as he's long shared a complicated history with Trump. Tyson, familiar with controversy, now finds himself entangled in a media spectacle he didn't sign up for. While he prepares for a match with Jake Paul, the last thing he wants is political drama. Meanwhile, Trump likely watches from his golden tower, pleased, waiting for others to recognize his
weight champ, now 58 years of age, obviously coming out of retirement for this bout against the 27-year-old Paul, a YouTuber.
Tyson, the legend, is set to face Jake Paul in what can only be described as the most bizarre boxing match in history. It's like seeing a classic movie star square off against a YouTube influencer who still thinks sending nudes is a groundbreaking joke. The stakes couldn't be higher, my friends. If Tyson loses this fight, it's not just a defeat by Paul, but a blow to everything he's ever worked for. His entire legacy could be tarnished by losing to a YouTuber. It's akin to Michael Jordan losing a one-on-one game to someone wearing Crocs. But here's the twist. Trump is actively rooting for Jake Paul to take down one of the most fearsome fighters of all time. Why? Because according to Trump, Paul has young blood. Clip. In what can only be described as the most bizarre boxing match in history, Mike Tyson, a living legend, is set to face off against Jake Paul, a YouTube star turned professional boxer. This fight is akin to watching a classic movie star duel a modern-day influencer who still thinks sending nudes is a groundbreaking joke. The stakes are astronomically high. For Tyson, a loss would not just be a defeat by Paul, but a blow to everything he's worked for his entire career. His legacy could be tarnished by losing to a YouTuber, akin to Michael Jordan losing a one-on-one game to someone wearing Crocs. Adding to the spectacle, former President Donald Trump is actively rooting for Jake Paul to defeat one of the most fearsome fighters of all time. Why? Because according to Trump, Paul has the advantage of youth. This endorsement from Trump is more than just about age. It's a strategic move. Paul has openly supported Trump, so naturally, Trump is backing him, playing into the politics of loyalty and influence. Nothing screams a winning formula like a YouTube star with a history of starting beef with anyone who doesn't share his hair color. But there's more to this alliance than just age. Trump's endorsement of Paul is a calculated move. Paul's social media clout, unapologetic antics, and ability to get under people's skin make him the perfect fighter for Trump to support. Tyson, on the other hand, represents a legacy. And in Trump's world, legacy only carries so much weight, especially when compared to an influencer who thrives in the meme-driven social media frenzy that keeps Trump's base engaged. This political endorsement has turned the boxing match into a whole new ball game. Jake Paul, of all people, is now at the center of a political spectacle. Tyson's legacy is taking a backseat to Trump's brand of politics, creating a fascinating dynamic. Tyson is not exactly the political pawn he once was. Sure, he's a legend, but Trump's political alliances are as volatile as the stock market, and right now, it seems Paul has the inside track. The partnership between Trump and Tyson is not new. Back in the 1980s, Trump, the ambitious real estate tycoon, and Tyson, the heavyweight champ who could practically sneeze and send opponents flying across the ring, were on the same page. The opening bell of their alliance rang when Trump hosted Tyson's infamous 1988 knockout against Michael Spinks, a 91-second fight. That fight was supposed to be a career-defining moment for Tyson, but it ended up as a 1-minute highlight reel on Trump's casino marquee. Fast forward a few years, and Tyson hit rock bottom. Convicted of a serious crime and heading to prison, many would have expected Trump to cut ties. Instead, Trump advocated for Tyson's right to train in prison and suggested that future fight earnings should go to charity. This move was classic Trump, keeping everyone guessing his next move and ensuring he remained in the spotlight. In 2015, when Trump announced his presidential run and faced a wave of backlash, Tyson was there, singing his praises and calling him a good guy despite all the noise. Tyson's loyalty seemed unwavering, but was it based on an unbreakable bond or just plain strategy? Perhaps they saw each other as useful allies. Trump could be the endorsement machine for Tyson's comebacks, and Tyson could remind Trump's fans that he knew how to keep tough friends. Loyalty in their world is about as reliable as an umbrella in a hurricane. But here they are, holding on to this odd alliance like it's some kind of historic pact. Trump's endorsement of Jake Paul is like tossing a lit match into a pool of gasoline. The boxing world is now split into two camps: Team Trump and Paul versus Team Tyson, the old-school icon. This fight is no longer just about who is better in the ring. It has become a full-on spectacle, a soap opera where every jab thrown has political implications. Every knockdown feels like a referendum on the state of the world. You've got Trump's crowd, the social media-loving, meme-obsessed Jen's brigade, and then you have Tyson's hardcore fans, who think Instagram influence is something that happens to other people's kids. The contrast is staggering. Adding to the absurdity, Trump made an infamous comment suggesting that Tyson should face off against Vice President Kamala Harris in the ring, as if that's a normal thing to joke about. This comment is the cherry on top of this whole circus Sunday, highlighting the bizarre nature of this event. So, what's at stake in this fight? The legacy of one of the greatest boxers ever against a YouTuber who made his fame by pulling pranks and doing backflips into pools.